Hello, and welcome to Reddit on Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
I'm not doing an accent.
I am also not doing an accent.
It's not bad. I think that it's like a Middle European Russian you're going for.
Yeah,
I mean, yes.
I feel like it's kind of a combination of Russian, and then a Pennsylvanian Dracula.
It's kind of Slavic a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
So
you put an H in yes, which is very Slavic. Yes.
Yes.
This is your ongoing experiment to try different characters at the start of every episode.
So far, probably the most successful.
Yeah. Because the other one I was just baffled by. Because, and I can't stress this enough, you don't run this by me.
Yeah. At least now you were like, okay, I know what he's doing. Got it.
It took me a second just then, because it's normally quite an extended hello kind of thing that you do.
Yes.
And I was waiting for that, and it was very short. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, jeez. I thought there was like a problem with some equipment or something like that, because it sounds kind of like something shutting down. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Really throwing me for a loop.
Well, I like to throw you a few curveballs every now and again.
Keep me, and by extension the listener, on their toes.
Yeah, I don't like it that they're just probably like sitting in their car, relaxing.
I know what's coming up.
Yeah.
The fuck you do.
I'll tell you what.
We're going to start with podnapping if we want.
We're not though. That would totally throw me off. I couldn't come back from that. Kemba.
Yeah.
I've got Reddit on Reddit here.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And
I shouldn't be surprised. That is what we do on the show.
It's pretty. Yeah, that part wasn't. Shouldn't be a surprise. Yeah, the accent maybe. And it's pretty long.
Yep.
And also, I'm not sure whether it's going to be good content afterwards.
Look,
so,
to be fair, we sometimes take a punt on things on this show. We don't know if they're going to work, and we just try them. We try them anyway, and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. We've never specifically had anyone write in to say, "Oh, oh boy, that didn't work."
Oh boy.
So
don't.
I think
don't start now.
I think our track record, if you look at it, is pretty spotless.
Pretty fine. It's good, in fact. But I got this read on Reddit from the subreddit Murdered by Words.
Okay.
I find this one pretty entertaining.
What's the premise of Murdered by Words?
It's like essentially somebody will talk about... I'll give you an example. It's like President Trump tweeted recently about some amazing medical advancements.
Sure.
Which came from, I think, stem cells of fetuses, something like that.
Yep.
And so somebody then replied with a post saying things like, "Oh, well, you've made certain things in the States too expensive for us to, or you've like shut down a lot of research just in, your politics and your funding that you've done, so that America can't accomplish these things. And also you're anti-abortion, so we can't, this isn't anything that you should be celebrating because you've directly fucked it up for America." So it's just kind of people...
It's a verbal takedown.
Having a, witty sort of...
Another reference, perhaps, is the end of the movie 8 Mile.
Yes.
Is that
that way. Why didn't I start with that one?
Well, you're not as hip as me, Nelson.
Yeah.
I know what's happening in that movie that came out nearly 15 years ago.
Yeah. Such a good... It's a really good movie.
It is a good movie.
For one that you like... Yeah. If this movie didn't exist and somebody was like, "Hey, Eminem's going to do a movie," you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll catch it on VHS."
It belongs in the genre of movie, and I put the Lego movie in this movie as well. The genre of movie that I call way better than it has any right to be.
Okay, yeah.
Because you hear that pitch, Eminem's going to do a movie about him being a rapper from Detroit. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I bet it comes out quite good. The Lego movie, essentially a big ad for Lego. It's quite good.
Should we try and campaign the Oscars to have that genre?
Yeah.
Way better than it has any right to be genre.
The category of, huh.
Yeah. And that'd be pretty good. I would be more looking forward to that than, like movie of the year, picture of the year.
Fun fact, Nelson, are you familiar with the Jake Gyllenhaal boxing movie Southpaw? Came out a couple of years ago.
No.
Well, it's a gritty boxing movie in which Jake Gyllenhaal got very, very, very into shape. Impressively so. And that was produced by Eminem because originally he was going to star in Southpaw.
Really?
Which, again, is just even weirder.
Yeah,
because you're like, well, I get at least why he's in 8 Mile because it's vaguely the story of him.
Yeah. It's got
but
some crossover.
Yeah, but he's proven us wrong before, so maybe he would have been good in Southpaw.
No, maybe. Okay.
Anyway, what's this, Reddit?
Anyway. So this is by Tilt a Whirly Jig. And it's actually a screenshot of, I don't know, it's like a blog site. Lucky shirt in Comedy Corner.
That's the blog. Lucky shirt in Comedy Corner.
I don't know. I'm just saying words.
Those words appear somewhere in this screenshot.
Okay. Anyway, and so the title is, it's just a reminder, it's long. Okay. The title is Dear Guy Who Just Made My Burrito.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Earth? On Earth, we use the word burrito to describe a tortilla filled with things you eat. Pretty simple stuff. And I'm surprised you at least got that part right. My burrito was, in fact, filled with food. In this, you and I agree and are friends. But this is also where my lifelong hatred begins for you and anyone else whose brain has been repeatedly scrubbed with the same mixture of bleach and pop rocks as yours has. Because that...
Okay, can I just say, at the moment, I feel this guy's coming out swinging too hard.
Pretty hard.
But I enjoy hearing if there's context to his anger.
Yeah. Because that should have killed you, but left you around long enough to do what you did to me today. Let me explain.
Okay, well,
you're an idiot.
Okay.
Let me explain further.
Wait, yeah, so he said, let me explain, you're an idiot?
Yeah.
And then
that was his explanation one.
Yeah, okay.
Further explanation. Burritos are eaten from one end to the other. So that means when you assemble a burrito with motherfucking zones of ingredients going that direction, you create a disgusting experience for the burrito's end user. When you make a burrito, you should put the ingredients in layers lengthwise. That way, every bite has at least a fucking chance of getting at least 2 types of ingredients. And there is little chance of becoming almost hopelessly trapped in a goddamn cilantro cavern. Or cilantro? Anyway. Have you ever eaten one of those things you make all fucking day? You should try one. They are pretty good when you are not willing yourself through the fucking empire of sour cream only to end up in lettuce country. When you eat a burrito, you don't stand it up and bite down on it lengthways like a fucking rancor. Humans can't usually dislocate their jaws, and I'm not a fucking pelican.
Great rancor reference.
But it was very good. But you must think that's how it's done, since that would be the only fucking way to take a bite of your crap-tastrophe and have it taste like a burrito. I can guess what else, player. You probably can't guess anything because I'm pretty sure you're just a mop with a hat and on it that fell over and spilled some shit into a tortilla. But just in case, here's what. Humans also don't eat burritos like fucking corn on the cob, like a fucking typewriter from one end to the other, a little bit at a time. And then ding, next line. But today I wish I had tried that, because at least then I would be able to eat some rice, then beans, then be all like, hey beans, I'll be right back. Just going over here to the guacamole for a second. Nope. My experience was like... So it's not like, hey beans, it's just going to be you and I for a minute until I can fucking excavate the rice from beneath you. But by then you will be a fading memory. Oh, hey, I was wrong. I'm in the fucking cheesosphere. Now rice must be next. I hope it's not another fucking salsa pocket. You build this thing like a fucking pack of lifesavers. And don't even fucking think I'm about to open this shit up and re-engineer your nonsense 90 degrees. I already put a hole in it with my fucking mouth. Yeah, that's how I discovered you fucking suck at looking at things. I'm not going to do fucking tortilla origami. to get this shit back together, only to end up with the burrito that's been shot in the gut and is bleeding your ineptitude. What's that? I should ask you to mix it up first next time. Is this jumbo juice? I don't want to drink my fucking burrito through a bendy straw, and I don't want a pile of burrito soup in a flour can. I just want a burrito. In conclusion, you're the worst thing that has ever happened to the universe. You owe everyone everywhere an apology for this Burritobomination, and I hope your babies look like monkeys.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot to process there. And I do have opinions.
Okay.
So clearly, this burrito was layered horizontally instead of vertically. So he was eating it ingredient by ingredient, it would seem.
Yeah.
Which does shock me.
That's pretty weird.
It's pretty weird.
I would think that surely any amount of training, you would have it one way.
Yeah.
You'd be shown one way,
and I think that is poor form.
Yeah.
I will start with that.
Yeah.
As for the other guy,
yeah,
he doesn't have enough on in his life if he has dedicated so much of his anger and will to live to this guy. Because if that had happened to me, right?
Yeah.
What I would have done is I would have unfolded the burrito, saw what was going on, and then just refolded it the other way.
Yeah, because
you can refold
but
a
he's
burrito.
saying that he bit into it, which was part of his problem. He didn't want to do burrito origami.
Yeah.
Because you've got a hole, and then once you've got a hole, I understand the whole problem.
Yeah, I do too.
And also, they pack burritos pretty, tightly, once because they kind of, sticks together a little bit, the bread. So
maybe this guy's folding technique actually quite good. His packing technique, terrible.
Terrible, rubbish.
But he's folding on point.
Yeah. That would really annoy me, I think.
To get this burrito. Would you go to the extent of this gentleman and write a small novella?
No, I would obviously throw it back in the guy's face.
This also reeks to me of something no one, he would never say in real life.
Yeah, that's right.
But is acting so incredibly tough online.
Do you know what I think this is? This is actually more this guy for sure works for BuzzFeed. And he doesn't have anything better to do with his day.
Yeah. He's written his 3 listicles that day.
Yeah, that's right.
12 actors that aren't Pierce Brosnan or whatever the BuzzFeed article was going to be.
That was, that was a spot-on title for what a BuzzFeed article could be.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, I thought that was Pierce Brosnan. No, it's just very similar, same jawline.
Yeah.
But, interesting, isn't it?
A lot of, 3 cities in Japan that aren't Tokyo.
Yeah.
I mean, there's heaps of them. People aren't surprised that there are other cities.
Yeah.
Just Tokyo is the well-known one.
Yeah. But I think that must be his day job.
Writing nonsense to put on the internet. Yeah. And he's look, it was written pretty well. Mm-hmm. It's actually, no, it wasn't. Some of his descriptions were quite good. He painted a good picture of what was wrong. Mm-hmm. But it had no flow to it. It was like, and then, which means it was written quite bad. So you're probably right with BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Camber, perhaps you thought, why doesn't he just eat it with knife and fork, put it on a plate?
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah. Or
so easy.
I know burritos aren't eaten this way, and he points it out.
Yeah,
but do eat it like a corn.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not impossible to eat a burrito. That's right. It's like you can eat a pizza from the back, crust first.
Yeah.
It's not some people do it, but generally people always eat it pointy part.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you say the pointy end? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Pointy end to the crust.
Yeah.
But you can eat pizza other ways. It's just a little odd.
That's right.
But if your pizza was constructed in such a way that you couldn't eat it from the pointy end forward, I wouldn't be against eating my pizza from a different direction.
Yeah. I think that would be hard. I think it'd get real messy.
Eating a burrito like a corn.
Yeah. Like horizontally. Because especially if you think that he's already taken a bite out of one end. Mm-hmm. So that end's always going to be open. So you're kind of having to hold it closed a little bit with your hands. And then I think once you're like halfway through, a little bit more, that loses its solidity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's going to fall through.
And it would dip. Yeah, you're
so
right.
many. God.
Look, I'm not saying it's not more difficult. I'm saying it is possible.
Yeah.
And in fact, there was photos. There was like an online, I guess it's a prank, where these people, there was a photo of Justin Bieber released eating his burrito from the middle out sideways.
Really?
In which people piled on being like, what a freak. Like, I hate Justin Bieber, whatever.
Yeah,
and it turned out it was completely fake. These people had deliberately hired a Justin Bieber lookalike to do something that people would disagree with, just to show that there is more hatred just because it's Justin Bieber. But it's funny that the thing that they used to get everyone on their side was eating a burrito from the side.
I mean, I would still make fun of anybody if they were eating a burrito on its side.
But I think their point was there would be people on the internet being like, oh, that's weird, but to each their own or whatever.
Yeah.
But with it being Justin
People
Bieber, the internet's punching bag, they were like, no, fuck this guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's good for that though, isn't he?
He's great.
Yeah.
He's like one of the best.
When you just like, oh, I just want to have a bit of let out a bit of steam.
Yeah.
What's Justin Bieber doing? Oh, eating a burrito from the middle out. No, thank you. But anyway, Camber, you might think, eat it with a fork.
Yep.
He's got a response for that.
Sure.
Update for everyone who said just to eat it with a fork.
Sure.
A fucking fork? I didn't order the fucking Cobb burrito salad. If anyone ever handed me a burrito with a fork, they would be wearing a brand new burrito hat from my fall collection 10 seconds later. That's like buying a car and having them hand you a fucking wrench with the keys. Like, yeah, we know this motherfucker's going to explode and be spread across 8 lanes as soon as you hit the gas. But shit, we gave you a wrench, so be cool.
Okay.
Jesus already gave me 2 burrito forks, one at the end of each arm. They're called fucking hands. A fork? My God, I haven't cried since I was 6, but I'm fucking sobbing now.
Okay.
People eat burritos with forks?
This has made... I was not very sympathetic to this man in the beginning. And this has made me even less sympathetic. Does he not eat any meal with a fork?
It seems like no.
And it would...
Probably a fatty.
No one... I'm talking to you, the internet. No one introduced this man to a burrito bowl. Because he would lose his mind.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he was disgusted at the idea of a salad.
Yeah,
really.
That's true. That's very true.
So...
It's painting a picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was anyone on this guy's side? Like, fundamentally...
There was no real comment. I mean, there was just people joking about it, I think, on Reddit.
Yeah.
But
like, fundamentally, I understand what he's upset about, but I disagree with everything he's done.
Yeah.
And I'm not on the other guy's side. I'm not on the side of the guy that made it.
I mean, that's
he made
just
it
insane.
wrong.
He's
I'm just not
obviously
on this guy's side either.
He's obviously a psychopath. Like the guy who made it. He's definitely a psychopath.
Yeah.
But could cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, Campbell, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Asterix. I've seen what they've done there. It's spelt weird. If Earth was challenged to single combat, who would be our champion?
Okay.
I think this goes without saying, Campbell. I don't even know why I put it in here. It's obviously The Rock.
The Rock. Now, here's the thing about The Rock. It's not very muscly.
Yeah.
But he's so Hollywood now that he doesn't even do his own stunts.
Yeah.
It's his cousin that does all these. Send him. Send his cousin, because his cousin's as big as him.
Yeah.
But he's the guy that like jumped out of the buildings in Skyscraper.
But I think...
Because The Rock would be like, this doesn't look good for me. The Rock seems to me a man that, while incredibly muscly, I suspect is also kind of a bit vain and a little bit precious as well.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm looking for in a single combat fight. I want somebody that looks good.
No, can I suggest
he does
another?
the like eyebrow thing, the stare. He does a very deep.
Isn't it the people's eyebrow?
The people's eyebrow.
I
Is
think
that
that's
what it's called? Okay, yes.
Oh, yeah, I may have got that confused with another. He's got something that's called the people's something. Okay. I think it's people's eyebrow. Can I suggest another?
Yes.
I would like to put forward. No, I'm not even going to attempt his last name. He's called Thor. And he's the guy that plays the Mountain on Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah.
That guy is huge.
He is huge.
Absolutely huge.
No, so easy to get around him. Like, he's huge. He's slow. For sure. I've seen him do stuff. He's like too muscly.
Yeah.
He's too muscly that his body doesn't function properly. That's the problem.
Here's the problem with this hypothetical.
Yeah.
We have no information on who they're combating.
Okay, the combatant is... Okay, but it's kind of like a praying mantis. Giant praying mantis.
Like the alien from Aliens, the xenomorph maybe?
That's
a little bit
You didn't
praying
let me
mantis.
finish. With the body of a bear.
Okay. See,
so it's like praying mantis, head and arms, and then body of a bear, and tail of a tiger. Why not? It's just kind of irrelevant, but that's
striped
just how
like
they
a
look.
tigers and yellow.
They come in all sort of shapes. And
so its head is
sizes.
green and its arms are green. Its body presumably is brown if it's a brown bear, or black if it's a black bear. Oh, white maybe, polar bear.
Yeah, it could be.
But the tail, yellow and black stripy.
Yeah,
like it's not just the features of, but also the color scheme of those animals.
yeah.
See,
no, it is actually all one color, but it's a color that you couldn't even comprehend.
Oh, interesting.
As a human.
I like that.
Yeah.
So for something like that, if we're talking bear, that's where I think that Thor would be good, because a bear is quite lumbering in that way.
But he's got the snappy arms.
But he's striky. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I think because what The Rock is good at is punching down to a little guy.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he does in all his movies.
Yeah. He beats up the little guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of true.
So if it was a human size,
unless it's Vin Diesel, they're like pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, it's true.
But then they became friends. Oh.
Yeah, but not in real life. They don't like each other.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, they're too much of the same person.
I think that must be clashing egos.
Yeah,
both like, I'm the big muscly one.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, totally not substantial opinions at all. But
So, yeah, I think if it was like, the Roswell alien, the little humanoid alien with the big eyes and the green skin, it's kind of like, that's the cliche alien people think of.
Yeah.
Send The Rock, sure.
He'll punch that little anyone.
Guy. He'll punch that little guy to death.
That guy looks like nothing. Although I imagine if you punch that guy, your hand might dissolve or something,
And here's the thing, can the alien understand us?
Yes.
Because if they can, there's definitely part of me that says send someone like Conor McGregor, because he's very good at sucking people out by trash talk.
Right.
And then the alien will be like, what the hell, man? Oh, man, he's saying stuff about my mum.
Send Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
He did that boxing movie.
Yeah. Almost.
he almost did that boxing movie.
We'll ask for Eminem, but then Jake Gyllenhaal will turn up and we'll be like, actually, this is fine. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, I guess, this is better.
This actually makes more sense.
Yeah. We didn't even establish whether it could have been a rap combat.
Well, yeah, this was my second question, is what kind of combat? Because you're right. If it's diplomacy, maybe The Rock is quite good. It's quite charming.
Yeah, he's pretty charming.
Yeah.
Does that eyebrow thing.
He's like, look, we've all seen and loved Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. And the alien will be like, it was surprisingly good.
Yeah,
It won the Oscar for that category.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No. For the category of surprisingly good movie.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. It was a callback, Nelson.
I got that. Do you know what I think? Who ticks all these boxes?
Sure.
Charming.
Yep.
Personality.
Yep.
Good fighter. Rap battle, maybe.
Sure.
Possibly.
Yep.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I think he's an all-rounder.
This is my only problem with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Jackie Chan in his prime. And Jackie Chan lately is a little longer in the tooth. And in fact, a couple of years ago, he had to give up doing his own stunts finally.
Yeah.
Because he's a little longer in the tooth. So I would agree, in his prime, Jackie Chan.
But yes. I think old Jackie Chan is just better than everybody. Young Jackie Chan, he was miles ahead.
Yeah.
But
young Jackie Chan.
Old Jackie Chan would still bloody beat you up and you'd like him at the end.
That's interesting. Yeah, you've got a point.
And you know what we could do as a secret weapon? The aliens won't know. Well, they'll just think it's like some sort of special attire. We'll get him that tuxedo.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jackie Chan, but with the stipulation that he is wearing the tuxedo from the movie The Tuxedo. That's good. And maybe, I know it's a different movie, put Chris Tucker off to the side.
Yeah.
He can just be quipping because then the alien will be distracted.
Like, yeah.
Like, that's funny. He got me again with his tuxedo kick.
Yeah. If it's a dual bout. Yeah. Oh, man. What is Chris Tucker doing, by the way?
He's living off the money from Rush Hour. I'm not even kidding. He got paid so much money for Rush Hour. Because he's like Robert Downey Jr. in that way that early on, before it was a huge thing, he got it written to his contract that he gets like a percentage of the gross.
Oh, right.
And he made so much money off Rush Hour that he didn't make another film until, I think, like Silver Linings Playbook.
Right.
He just came because he was bored. He's like, oh, yeah, cool, I'm back.
Yeah.
For one movie. This is more hard work than I remember. I'm off again.
Yeah. They don't enjoy my quips as much. Damn, he ain't going to be in Silver Linings Playbook 2. Huh? Guys, remember when I said that in Rush Hour?
And everyone's like, oh, that was 97. Humor was very different back then, Chris. Remember me in The Fifth Element? Everyone's like, yeah, you were the worst part.
Yeah, we remember, but not for the good reasons. All right, okay, but here's another one. This is by King Trips. You're in a coma until 2040. You wake up in front of a computer and Google is the first screen you see. What do you Google first?
Ooh, okay. 2040. I would Google just how many Marvel movies there are now.
Okay, yeah. I would Google Marvel movie torrent website. I got a movie to catch up on.
Doctor Strange 4, yes, please. And then the second thing I'd Google, I would Google, are DC movies good yet? And I would very much laugh when the result is no. No, don't be silly.
They're still being outshined by Marvel. Nothing has changed. His first thing I Google, Cambo, very easy one. Is Google still the better search platform to use? Because I don't want to use something that's outdated. Because
imagine if it was like, fun fact, people now use Bing.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, that is something. I mean, obviously no one's using Yahoo.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
Yahoo. Although, if you do have just a Microsoft Windows computer now, they'll have you believe that everybody is using Bing. I love how, I don't know whether you've seen or how long it's been, perhaps, because you normally use Mac. Oh, you got a Windows computer at work. Oh, but stuff's probably already set up. Anyway, there's like, if you install Google Chrome and then you go to change it to the default browser, internet browser, it's like, are you sure you want to do this? Because Bing has actually improved a lot. I mean, like Internet Explorer has actually improved a lot now. Like it's almost begging you. Yeah. Like we swear, I swear to God, we've improved it. It's a lot better. Trust us.
Sounds like an ex-boyfriend trying to get a girl back. I know. I was saying awful things, but I've been talking to my therapist, and babe, I'm a different guy. That is Internet Explorer.
Yeah, that's right. Don't go after this guy. But it's still the worst. Yeah. Obviously.
The funniest thing I ever saw with Bing is there was obviously like a paid sponsorship in the movie The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Peter Parker all through that movie uses Bing. Yeah. I'm like, this guy's meant to be a genius.
Yeah.
He's not using
He's obviously Bing. Not using Bing. It could be that other one. What's the other one that you did recently? Monkey something bananas.
I don't know this one at all.
It's going to annoy me that I can't think of the name, but it is a website where it's a browser, so it's not like Google, but it's like Chrome.
Yeah,
and it doesn't store any of your data or information or anything. And it's like a new one that's emerging, and a lot of people are getting onto it because it's more privacy secure.
Sure.
But I hate that idea. I'm like, I love that I will open Google Chrome and I'll go to a website that I haven't been to for 8 months and it remembers my username and password and everything. I was like, this is perfect. And it can like update my, my address in forms automatically and things like that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
very lazy.
Yeah. Take all my data.
Yeah.
If I ever started doing shady stuff, then I would start using, data protected stuff. Like if I was doing shady business dealings or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty average guy.
Yeah.
Take my data.
Yeah.
Advertise to me products I would like.
I want
please.
that. Yeah. But getting back to the question, Cambo, I think I would Google worst president ever.
Just to see.
Just to see if somebody outdid Trump.
Yeah.
Without going into... I mean, I don't care about, what they did and stuff. I just want to know. I just want to know if he's still at the top.
The presidency at this point
in 20 years
might
time.
just be diminishing returns. Because everyone thought it was the worst when George W. Bush was in there.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, geez, he's a bit simple, isn't he? He's a bit of a simple Texan.
Yeah.
Now people look at him and they're like, you know what?
Cool. He was pretty great.
Yeah. He handled some situations quite professionally, I guess, in hindsight.
Yeah. Anywho, Cambo, let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Vanity Dies Twice.
Ooh.
Today
That's a thought-provoking name.
Yeah, who said that? Who said that? Somebody said that.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, there's like a thing. There's like a saying that says that.
Huh.
Actually, maybe we've said it before. It's like your name. You die twice. Once when you actually die, and then once when the last time somebody speaks your name. Yeah. So I think it maybe have something to do with that. Anyway, today I learned that Morgan Freeman wears his earrings because they are just worth enough to pay for a coffin in case he dies in a strange place.
Huh. Just carry money.
Carry money, mate.
Yeah.
So
just
much.
carry a little baggie of money.
I
don't know how much a coffin? A couple $100? Maybe $1,000?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel
Maybe
like they vary.
with
I feel like
coffins.
they vary quite heavily.
Yeah. And I would suspect
And why is somebody going to go and like think, oh, that's what I'm going to do? If you're dying in such a strange place that they can't get his body to his family, right? Like you must be in the Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
Where some weird tribe has picked you up because, I don't know. And they're not going to think they probably don't know what a coffin is to begin with, if it's some weird ancient tribe. And even if they did, I don't think they'd be like, lucky he's got these earrings so he can pay for the coffin.
We can go trade these in.
Yeah.
And use that money to buy a coffin for this man.
Yeah.
I don't think that Morgan Freeman gets how funerals work.
Yeah.
It's as if he was to die.
Yeah.
And he gets taken to the morgue or the funeral parlor or whatever it is to store the body. And the person at the funeral parlor's like, need to buy a coffin right now. I can't go home and get your wallet. Go buy a coffin. You can't leave.
Like,
and they're like, well, what are we going to do? I don't have the money on us. And Morgan's dead body's going, well, I had prepared for this scenario.
Any moment now, they'll have a look at the earrings.
Is this true? This
sounds super ridiculous.
This doesn't sound true.
But no, it's on
like
Reddit.
So this sounds like maybe a joke he has made once. Someone being like, hey, what, in an interview, hey, you're always wearing things. He's like, well, you never know because, they'll buy a coffin if I die or something. And then
it's weird. I get what you mean, but that's a weird joke to make.
It is. And look, my context wasn't spot on, but it seems like someone has watched that on like Jimmy Fallon or something, not seen any irony or any humor in it and been like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll pop that online.
Yeah.
I don't believe this.
Okay, so I just clicked on the link because I realized as you were talking, the link had the word interview in it.
Interesting.
And so this has come from an interview and I can't find it, but but presumably... Oh, wait, okay. Do you have those earrings just for fun or do they serve a purpose? Okay. Yeah, these earrings are worth just enough to buy me a coffin if I die in a strange place. That was the reason why sailors used to wear them. Yeah.
That's his whole quote?
That's it.
I still don't...
He's then justified it, though. Like, oh, that's what sailors used to do.
Yeah, but it's almost like... It still doesn't seem... Like, Morgan Freeman is more of an intelligent man than that. To assume...
That's because he's got a suave voice.
You don't think Morgan Freeman's intelligent?
He could be an idiot. I don't know.
That's true, actually, yeah. I've never considered this.
Yeah, he sounds like he can read a script, sure, as an intelligent person. But I don't know. I mean, Tom Hanks isn't an idiot.
Yeah, interesting.
Or maybe Tom Hanks is an idiot. He wasn't. He was method acting.
It sounds to me like he's just like, it's a bit of a fun fact.
Yeah.
And he's stating it like, oh, yeah, we know pirates used to wear earrings that could pay for their coffin, and yeah, I'm wearing earrings, so you never know. I could pay for a coffin.
So,
yeah.
You get it.
As an interviewer, what a terrible question. Hey, what you wearing earrings for?
Yeah.
What? Why did you...
But he does always wear earrings.
So do a lot of people.
I don't think it's that.
Harrison Ford always wears an earring. I don't care why.
Yeah, but you would not, because it's like, well, not everybody normally wears earrings. And I'm sure if he had said, oh, I just like them, they wouldn't have put it as an answer.
Yeah. Maybe.
You'll never guess what, this is a BuzzFeed article, you'll never guess why Morgan Freeman wears earrings. He likes the style.
New theory. Morgan Freeman's very proud of his earrings.
Yes.
And he knew that if he was to say, I just like my earrings, it wouldn't get in.
Oh.
So when the question came up, he's like, here's my chance to make sure my earrings
are in
this interview.
Okay.
I'm going to say something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And therefore, I will get clickbait headlines on BuzzFeed. And then everyone's talking about my earrings. And you know what? Success. Yeah. Now we're talking about his earrings.
We're talking about his earrings. That's exactly what he wanted. But I think I'd go for something a little bit more extreme. I'd be like, oh, I killed a hooker for this. You know, some of the people are going to be like, oh my God, he killed her.
I would use reverse psychology.
Okay.
They'd be like, hey, what's up with the earrings? I'm like, don't talk about my earrings.
Oh.
I don't want anyone to talk about my earrings. Because then everyone's like,
publish that I don't want anybody to talk about.
Because then there'll be somebody honest like, what's up with Morgan Freeman's earrings?
All right.
Yeah,
and then there'd be that theory. One guy comes out and he's like, oh, I bet you it's because if he dies in a strange place, he used to buy a coffin like the sailors did. Yeah. And everybody's like, that's fucking stupid. Of course it's not going to be that. Morgan Freeman's smiling. He knows. And here's another one, Cambo. Now, last week we spoke about a guy who failed to rob a bank.
Yep.
So I thought you'd like this one, Cambo. This is by Famous for Being Famous. Today I learned an elderly man gained the trust of a Belgian bank by bringing the workers chocolates. He was eventually given VIP access to the bank vault.
Stop.
No.
Those two things.
No. That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
In 2007, he stole 28 million worth of diamonds and vanished.
Look, I've given away my hand there, but if I was the cop investigating and they're like, well, you know, he came in, used to give us chocolates all the time. He seemed really nice. So we gave him access to the vault. I'd be like, well, wait. Back up. I mean, there's a lovely old lady that brings us coffee at the precinct every day. Yeah. We don't let her into the evidence lockers.
He's like, oh, she said she just wanted to have a look around and I thought it would be fine.
Get back to the station now. And they run back in, it's just empty.
Yeah. No! All the drugs they've confiscated have gone. I mean, obviously he was giving them branded chocolate. You're not giving unbranded chocolate and then being rewarded with VIP access.
And Belgian chocolate, quite good. But to be fair, if they're in Belgium, that would be readily available.
It's just chocolate.
Yeah, it's not like if someone brought us Belgian chocolate, we'd be like,
oh, Belgium.
What a treat. This is quite hard to get. But in Belgium, it's everywhere. So maybe he's bringing them Australian chocolate or something exotic to their palate in which they are like, this should be in the vault. Put this chocolate in the vault.
Yeah.
And next time he comes, we'll bring him into the vault to put the chocolate in because it's so good.
Yeah,
And there's not a problem there.
Yeah, it's all adding up.
Yeah. How much chocolate, did he bring? What was his investment?
You've got to be, if I'm getting VIP
not just
diamond,
access. It's VIP access. Welcome back, Mr. Smith.
This is coming.
Can we get you anything?
This is come and go as you please. Sort of access, VIP access. I'm betting he invested at least $1 million worth of chocolate just to get in, because then you would kind of feel like, oh well, this is the only way that I could logically explain this. I'm a worker at the bank. This guy comes in every day and he gives chocolate, and it's maybe he's giving hampers worth of chocolate, right? It's a lot of chocolate. And I do a quick Google search and I work out how much a hamper costs. And I'm like, oh, this is a $200 hamper that he's giving to us every day. And then he does that enough that he spends $1 million. Then I go, well, he's probably not strapped for cash.
Right.
So I could probably let him into the vault. And he's like, oh, hey, I've always wanted to see inside a vault. I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's not like you're going to steal anything. You've got tons of money. Yeah. So then, goes in and then... I
like that as a theory. Question is, where did he get the initial investment $1 million? Because here's what I think has happened.
He went to a chocolatier, and he was giving them bananas every day.
I think,
and the chocolatier was like, "Oh, that's a lot of bananas. I could let him into my chocolate vault."
No, see, I think it's simpler and it's streamlined. He went to a different bank, and then it was just an investment of $10,000 worth of chocolate.
Oh.
Then he stole $100,000 from that bank. And then he went to another bank with $100,000 worth of chocolate. He stole $1 million.
Yeah.
And then with the $1 million, he went to the big bank.
And got $28 million.
Yeah. Where's he going to go next?
Probably buy more chocolate from somewhere. He's probably going to go to
where
Ferrero Rocher. And, I mean, he has to buy $28 million worth of chocolate. Where else are you going to go,
I'm saying, if he's buying $28 million worth of chocolate.
Yeah, Fort Knox, obviously.
His next target must be huge.
But I'm saying he has to buy the chocolate first. That's how you get him. You go to the chocolate source. Okay? The chocolate sauce.
Here's a warning. If anyone sees was it an elderly man?
Yep.
So an elderly man handing out chocolate on Wall Street. We know he's going to bring down Wall Street.
We know what's happening. Yeah. I mean, obviously take some. It's free.
When was the global financial crisis? Was that him? Oh,
could have been him.
Conspiracy.
Well, this is in 2000. It's so recent as well. That is just so ridiculous. If this is completely true, could you imagine the egg on the faces of the employees that work at this bank?
Yeah, it's probably a cream egg.
Oh, chocolate cream egg. Yeah. Oh,
Thanks, I've done it.
I see what you did there. You bought it all back. Okay, but let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Accept. The pencil to eraser ratio is really too optimistic.
What is this saying that? Because this could be read one of two ways.
I know. I'm interested to see which way you read it.
My initial reading was it's optimistic because we make so many mistakes and it's got so little eraser. But thinking about it for even a second, it could be actually the exact opposite. Saying we actually hardly make any mistakes with pencils, and they've given us quite a.
Nobody really uses pencils. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Don't even need erasers. Yeah, throw out pencils. I think that my thoughts are, when I was younger and in school, erasers worked perfectly. And now that I've grown up, big eraser, as I like to call them, has foamed in the quality of eraser. And especially the ones on top of pencils. They don't ever erase pencil. They just smudge it around the page.
Yeah.
I have not used a good eraser for 20 years.
Can I also say, whoever thinks that whiteout actually looks like the writing is gone and not just a very
not a sort of
obvious white stripe on your page is kidding themselves.
Type everything. Why isn't everybody typing everything?
You can type anytime you want. And if you spelled it wrong, it lets you know. It's like, hey, look, I'm not going to make a big deal, but I'm going to put a little red line under this.
Yeah.
Come back to it.
Yeah. No, but do you know what it makes a big deal out of? Your grammar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying when it does that. It's like, hey, you might mean this. Fragment, consider revising. And I go, I'll just ignore that. And then I continue typing. Then bang, pops up again. And are you sure you want to ignore this?
Sometimes you're right, who, and it'll be like, whom.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, all right, smarty pants.
But you know what? Still preferable to the paperclip.
Yeah.
The little paperclip that used to appear.
That was very... Oh, no, he used to do tricks and stuff. I used to turn him into a dog.
Oh, I used to do that. Yeah.
And then click him and he'd do like a flip or something.
Didn't help with your grammar, but great fun.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of work procrastinated there.
Yeah, so an interesting point this person has made, but our larger point is type everything.
Type everything.
And don't use a typewriter.
Oh, don't. It's the same. You got the same problem. I don't know why you would.
need whiteout, as we've discussed. It's not fooling anyone.
It's not fooling anyone. Okay, here's another one. This is by Orange Lazarus 1. Spring is the season where you always pick the wrong jacket.
I mean
that's
if you're bad at dressing.
Yeah.
Just pick a light jacket like a hoodie.
So
who is this?
Well, Orange Lazarus 1.
Buy a hoodie.
Your
spring is
hoodies
set.
can be used, but like zip up one.
Yeah.
Because
you don't want a thick winter hoodie, but a light normal hoodie.
Yeah.
Spring will be a bloody treat.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah. Because if it rains, put your hood up.
Yeah.
If it's hot, unzip it.
So bloody.
I've saved you so much hassle.
This guy is probably going to write it in and thank us.
If he doesn't, oh my God.
I'm
going to murder him with words.
Okay. What words would you say?
I don't know, probably the rap from the end of 8 Mile.
Okay.
He says his name's Lazarus, his real name's Clarence. I hope that's true because that is the lyric of the song. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And at the end you say, so tell something to these people that they don't know.
Yeah.
He's like, what people? I don't know. You just kind of rapped for a while.
And who are you?
Anyway, here's another one. This is by Nate's Reddit account too.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. That's a good straightforward name.
Yeah. As long as you're alive, you can never be 100% sure you're not immortal. I really like this one.
Sounds like a challenge to us.
I'm not.
No, you know what? I disagree. I think you can come very close to death, and they're like you were like. The lights in your eyes were going out, and you'd be like, well, I've just almost died.
But you didn't. In fact, that might be further proof that you are immortal.
Yeah, okay.
You're like, anybody else would have died.
Okay.
But no, in fact, I'm still living.
So the only people that know for sure that they're not immortal are people that have died and been brought back. Like Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. He died in an ambulance and then was brought back. He'd be like, all right, I know for sure now.
Yeah.
Not immortal.
Definitely.
I should stop heroin.
I mean, but he can't. I'm just saying, and then in fact, maybe you could be like, okay, I was mortal. And then I was brought back to life. I'm now immortal. You can never be sure that your exact state is immortal.
Here's the thing. If Nikki Sixx died in that ambulance and then was brought back with a shot of adrenaline, and he's like, oh my God, I'm back. You know what? I'm back alive. I'm immortal.
Yeah.
If I was that doctor, I'd be like, what? Am I nothing to you?
I mean, we brought you back.
I just saved your life, and now you're crediting you. That's crazy.
That's true. So, but you never know, can you?
You never know. That's true.
Okay. I think I'll just do one last one. Now, Cambo, this one wasn't upvoted a heap. Just a bit. It's one that I related to quite well.
Yeah. So
But
you
I'm not
found
sure
a little
whether
diamond in
other
the rough
people-
here.
Perhaps.
You think it's underrated?
Somebody that maybe has the same thought process I do. Anyway, this is by Random Mutant. They said, going to sleep consists of pretending to be asleep until you stop pretending. I think this on like a nightly basis where I'm lying down, I'm like, okay, I'm awake. And then you know how like your mind kind of drifts off and you start thinking about, I don't know, just stuff that's happened that day or whatever. Your mind kind of wanders and you can feel yourself falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then you do that thing where you, with your eyes still closed, you're like, oh, I'm falling asleep. Oh shit! Now I thought about falling asleep. I'm not falling asleep anymore.
Sometimes,
that's good. Just go back into it. Just go back into it. What were you thinking of just previously that got you into this state of falling asleep?
Here's what happens: is sometimes you catch yourself not being asleep yet.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit! I've noticed.
I've just delayed the timeline of going to sleep again.
Oh, no, it's like a clock resetting. You're like, oh shit! Oh no!
Yeah. So like, but I was happy that somebody else had.
There are others that feel this way.
Had the same thought because my brother tells me that he can get to sleep instantly. In fact, him and my dad, they said they'll go to sleep, they'll put their head on the pillow, and they're just asleep. I'm like, I wish so much that I could do that. But that's not how I operate.
No,
I have to think about going to sleep for an hour while I'm closing my eyes, just hoping to God that I will, for some reason, my mind will wander enough that I will fall asleep.
And here's my problem. I really like sleep, right? I think it's great. But I find going to sleep so boring.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
because you're not doing it.
I really want to be asleep. I love sleep.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, I'm so bored. I wish I was asleep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it's a dangerous habit to get in because I'm a little better with it now, but previously, you know, like I'd watch heaps of stuff on my laptop or my phone or something before I went to bed, and then I get like really tired and then fall asleep. But I don't think that's good sleep. In the end, you know, after you've sort of like kept yourself awake so that when you do go to sleep, you're so tired that you just sort of conk out. But then I think it's like not healthy sleep.
No.
So
it's necessary sleep because your body's like, please
stop watching Office reruns in bed.
Michael's left the show. Go to bed.
Anywho. That's it. Okay. Now we can get into podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is podnapping, where we just have a bit of a sleep.
Yeah. But first we have to lay there and be like, all right, go to sleep now.
I wonder what people think of the podcast episode.
Nah, you've done a good joke there, Nelson. This is a different segment where we borrow or kidnap a segment from a different podcast.
That's like podnapping.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh my God. Nah, the joke's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's just like a little bit too long.
If it lasts credit, fine. That's a very short thing.
Yeah.
So it's my turn this week to podnap.
Yeah.
And I have been a little nostalgic this week. And I've actually podnapped a very, very old podcast. In fact, one of the originals that started to format off, I've actually podnapped something from the Ricky Gervais podcast.
Yes. I would have guessed that.
And it was so long ago that when they were first released, there wasn't a podcast category and they were actually released as audiobooks because they were that new.
Yeah.
That being said, not the newest podcast, so there are probably people that never heard it.
Yeah.
But there was an ongoing game on the Ricky Gervais show that Carl Pilkington used to run.
Okay.
And perhaps those unfamiliar with Carl Pilkington, he's very well known for thinking in a very different way to a lot of people.
An Idiot Abroad is the TV show that he did, which was like produced by Steve Metrin and Ricky Gervais, I think.
He has this kind of weird perspective on life, and he like someone will give him a fact and he'll ask a question that no one else possibly would have thought of to ask.
By the way, just on that, I don't actually think he's that dumb.
Nor do I.
Not in the idea of he's putting it on, because I know a lot of people think that too. But I think that there's actually logic in his kind of thought process. It's just a bit different.
Yeah, I think he's more odd than dumb. I actually think some of the stuff he says, you're like, that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Not the first thing I thought of, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I agree. But he used to run a competition on the Ricky Gervais show called Rockbusters, in which he would give a cryptic clue in a very Carl Pilkington way.
Oh, God.
That would equal the name of a band or an artist.
Okay. Oh, and I'm terrible with bands and artists.
I've deliberately picked very, very popular bands and artists.
Okay.
But I've actually got ones that Carl Pilkington used on the show.
Okay. All right.
And I want to see if you can now, some 10, 12 years later, work out what these bands and artists are.
All right. I like it.
Okay. This is the first one. You ready?
Yep.
I don't want a house that far away from the water. I want to be right on top of it. And the initial is B. I don't want a house that far away from the water. I want to be right on top of it. And the initial is B. And I would just point out as well for those new listeners, these were notorious for being not the easiest clues to work out.
Yeah. Okay, so I've gone to Beach Boys straight away just because of the B.
Yeah, and that would technically though be B.
Right, so he's okay, so it's just
single
one B.
word B.
Okay, so then
to have a house on the water, what is that house?
It's a boat.
No.
Like a houseboat.
But the water is situated where?
In the ocean.
Or what's another word for
sea.
Ocean? Okay, yep.
Okay.
So it's on sea.
So a house on the sea.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? But not that far.
I don't want to be that far away from the water. I want to be right on top of it. Shall I put you out of your misery?
I think so.
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Look, now I'm in the realm of where I need to be for this. Okay.
Because this is, again, with a lot of Carl Pilkington thoughts, in hindsight, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get there myself, but I see where you've gone.
Yeah. Okay.
This is another one. That's a laptop. The initial is A.
That's a laptop. Okay. And it's A.
Yeah. In fact, I'll give you a further hint. It's a female artist.
Okay. Okay. That's a laptop.
Yep. What's your initial thoughts on that?
I'm thinking, if you're saying that's a laptop, it's like, or maybe it's like literal on top of a lap, something that's, or like a big laptop. I don't know why I'm getting like a I don't know, something that's like very obviously
all right, I'm going to give you one guess and then I'm going to put you out of your misery. What do you think it is? A, female artist.
That's with A. Alicia Keys. I don't know.
Not bad because of keys. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a laptop. Adele.
Adele. Oh my God. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Here's one.
I'm sort of annoyed that I'm not getting these.
Here's one. That gingerbread man's only got one leg. LB. That gingerbread man only has one leg. LB. It's a band.
Oh, it's a band. Okay. Yeah, easy. Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. It is Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Right, I've got three more.
Yeah.
Stop throwing that fruit about. CB.
Stop throwing that fruit about.
CB. I'll give you a hint. It's an artist.
Okay. Fruit. Okay.
You are about to time out. Do you want to take a stab before you time out?
I can't even think of artist names that's CB at the moment. Charlie Brown. I don't know.
Stop throwing that fruit about CB. Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
All right. Here's second last one. The northern lad remembers he has to tell his mum's daughter something. That's O. The northern lad remembers he has to tell his mum's daughter something. O. And it's a band.
His mum's daughter, so his sister.
Yeah. These are getting progressively harder, by the way.
Okay. The northern lad.
Yep.
Oh, so I think it's maybe O something. Could be. Wait, did you say band?
Yeah, band.
Band. Okay.
Look, technically you're right and wrong at the same time.
Okay. Oasis.
It is Oasis.
Yeah.
Well done. I did not get that one when I was on the show. And this is probably the most famous Rockbuster because it caused Ricky to absolutely lose his mind and almost quit.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in Texas the other week. I fell over and landed on my knee in a puddle. WH. I was in Texas the other week. I fell over and landed on my knees in a puddle. WH. And it's an artist.
In a puddle.
If you get this, I'll be so impressed.
Okay.
Female artist. I'll give you that as well.
And sorry, what did you say? WH?
WH, yeah.
Okay. It's in Texas the other day. So maybe like Houston. Whitney Houston.
It is Whitney Houston. Or as he said, Wet Knee Houston.
Okay, yes. I got Whitney Houston without even thinking of the other
that was
part,
crazy,
really. I was just like, oh, Houston.
Yes, that is the one and artist, Wet Knee Houston.
That's pretty good. That's funny. I quite like those.
You quite like Rockbusters? There's heaps of them, so we can always bring it back.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I tried to pick out because some of them, I will be honest, are very of the time the podcast was out.
Right, yeah.
Like the band Erasure and stuff like that, which I don't think is like hugely.
Well, I actually thought Adele would have been past that point. Right?
Yeah,
she must have been right towards
I'll be honest, I got a whole list of them and they weren't in any order, but maybe that was like one of the very last podcasts
ones
they did.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, but there was Rockbusters.
Okay, yeah, cool. I liked it.
I can't believe you got Whitney Houston. That's crazy.
Well, I got Houston and just guessed. Yeah. All right. Well, now we can move into Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want. Got a couple here.
I got one here from Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Hi guys." And Amanda, look, we're not sticklers or anything.
Yeah.
But it is gentlemen.
But it's gentlemen.
I've just been listening to this week's podcast and loved it as usual. Seems kind of vain of us to read that bit out.
I know. I was like, I wasn't sure. And especially because Amanda wrote a lot in this email, so I did cut out, I think, a paragraph or something, and I was like, well, maybe I should cut out that bit. But you know what? I left it in.
There you go. Did you know that Scooby-Doo is the patron saint of skeptics? They were never any ghosts. They were always a shonky real estate developer. Yes, that is true. In fact, Tim Minchin has a particularly funny thing about Scooby-Doo being the ultimate atheist and skeptic as well.
Right.
Anyway, the real reason I wrote was for an AMA. In this week's episode, you had read a Reddit in which the person had the idea of you get paid $15 billion, but every time you do anything naked, everyone in the world can watch. Let's remember.
Yeah.
From time to time, you read out these Reddits where the writer thinks up getting paid metric arse loads of money in order to do something mildly embarrassing or stupid, and it made me wonder, do you think these people are secretly hoping that some rich idiot is going to read one of these ideas and go, oh, wow, that's brilliant. I'll pay a guy to do that thing so they can have their weird little fantasy. Thanks for the great show. Maybe I shouldn't have added that bit either. Thanks for the great show and for making me laugh. Hugs, Amanda.
So I think that if you pay me $1 million a year, I'd sit on the couch and just watch TV all day.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
Just putting
so
it out there. Just putting it out.
If any billionaires are out there with money to spare.
I mean, look, there's probably not, but if there is, I will do that. I will commit to that.
Yeah, I think that you're right, Amanda. I think that it's an element of these being like, well, what would I do this for? Like heaps of money, like 15 billion. Would anyone else do it for 15 billion? Yeah, the reason you do it for 15 billion is because everyone would do it for 15 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's $15 billion.
Yeah. I think there's like sort of I think this sort of exists, right? To some certain degree, which is just reality TV, right? Where people will kind of embarrass and debase themselves for lots of different reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like Big Brother comes to mind as one that I feel like you kind of had to act like a bit of a fool.
Yeah.
You know, in order to win, essentially. Like you had to be a little bit louder than life, and that might require you to make up some stupid dance or something.
Yeah.
And so I think, maybe there's like just this thing that people do it, but people do it for a lot less. You know, because you have these questions and I'm like, would you do it for $1 million? It's like you probably have somebody out there that's like, I'll do it for $500.
Yeah.
I'll be naked to everybody forever for $500.
Yeah.
And those are the same people that will go on like the reality show. Oh, like what's the Married at First Sight? Mm-hmm. Like you
are they naked on that
You're
show?
not a sensible. No,
is that why everyone's watching it?
No, I don't know why anybody is watching it. My sister said that she was watching it the other day. I was like, what is wrong with you? But there's, but that like you're just making a fool out of yourself, really, because it's such a stupid concept and whatever. But it's like, no, but I get, in fact, probably not even money. It's just like a bit of fame, just wanting to...
essentially you get more Instagram followers.
Yeah.
And maybe you get invited to a couple of public events for a year or so afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. And
so,
then after that year, you realize that it was all for nothing.
Yeah, and no one remembers you. They're like, I was on season 3 of Married at First Sight, remember? And everyone's like, no. There's a new season now.
No idea. Yeah, that's right.
So... I think that things like this, these questions are always so much more interesting when the money isn't a huge amount. So they're like, would you, what was it? A camera would appear and be broadcast to the world every time you're naked or having like intimate moments or anything like that.
Yeah.
Would you do it for 15 billion? That's a pretty easy one. But would you do it for like 500,000?
Yeah.
Because you're like, that money could benefit your life quite positively, buy you a house or something.
Yeah.
But then you have to. I think that's the more interesting thing. I'm like, what are people's limits to the least amount they would do that for?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's what makes those questions so interesting. I feel like almost the person who wrote that last time was just didn't comprehend how much $15 billion. Yeah, that's a lot.
I would do it for $15 million.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Like 15 billion, you've got to be close to one of the richest people, if not the richest person in the world, right? If you have that much money. Yeah. Anyway. And they're obviously very self-conscious about perhaps how they look. Do you know what I was thinking I should have done? Because I was listening back to that and I was like, I would use that to, put forward my political agendas or something like that, my viewpoints of just whatever. Because there's a camera there, so it's always going to be there. So I'd like strip down naked. Yeah,
you'd whip it out and be like, I think there should be equal wages for everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Let's introduce universal wages. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for that, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have another one from Cousin Rowan, or should I say Cousin Zach?
Ooh.
He says, gentlemen, your Scooby-Doo session...
There it is.
Yeah. I can relax again. Your Scooby-Doo session inspired a question which I'll defer until the 4-part Zach series finishes.
Scooby-Doo has really hit a nerve with people.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I think so. I also read another today. I learned about Scooby-Doo this week, and I was like, I don't want to do 2 episodes in a row.
It's a bit in the zeitgeist at the moment, Nelson. They've announced a new movie called Scoob, and it's S.C.O.O.B. And it's a reboot of Scooby-Doo with a whole new cast. And it even says that it is going to kick off the Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe.
Oh, my God.
And as remember, the last time they put the cart before the horse in this way, we got The Mummy,
which
was a huge hit, and now everyone loves the Dark universe. Yeah. So I look forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, my God, it's ridiculous. Anyway, Zach's third question, AMA 77.0. Why is foam very, very soft?
Ooh.
Cheers, Cousin Rowan.
It's to do with air. I know this much. It's to do with the makeup. I was going to say genetically, but genetic's not the right word.
Genetic, definitely not genetics.
no,
Zach, write that down, then cross it out. Not genetics.
White out.
White that out.
White that out.
I mean, obviously, type this out.
Not genetic. I meant metaphysical. What's
the right word for that? Molecular structure.
Thank you.
We got there.
Yeah. Type that out. It'll tell you how to spell it correctly. If you get it wrong. That's the best thing about typing.
Yeah, that's right.
There is more air in the composition of foam, I believe, which lends it to being quite light and quite soft. And quite absorbing as well. It's quite absorbing. Here's a fun fact about foam for you, Zach.
Yeah.
It's very sound absorbing. And in fact, something that we've done just recently, we actually have foam on our table. Yeah. Because if we put our phone down, which we use a lot, you can kind of hear it hitting the table. Yeah. But we now have foam mats, and I put it down. We don't barely any noise at all.
We don't want to brag, but we've got foam mats.
We've got foam
mats. So we're a pretty advanced podcast when you think about it. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I sort of know. And I guess it's also perhaps the idea that the molecular structure is strong, but when there's a lot together, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something to do with foam as well.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of firm and soft. So I think it's like... Because there's different densities of foam as well.
There is, yeah. In fact, we've got two different kinds of foams in our foam mat.
Oh, God. We're even a better podcast than I thought we were with just regular foam mats. We've got double foam.
Yeah.
So...
Because there's things like styrofoam, which is obviously a little more rigid and it can snap.
And
that's
not soft at all.
No. But it is softer than a wood, though, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I think that we have certain people that we've assigned things on the show, right? So Cousin Rowan is like the official cousin of the show.
Yeah.
And Hazim is our New York correspondent.
Yeah.
And we check Australian culture things if they're made to America through Hazim.
Yeah.
And I feel like Amanda is kind of our default researcher.
Yeah,
and she'll be like, actually, guys, I've looked into this.
That is true.
Amanda.
Yeah.
For Zach.
Yeah.
Can you just check why foam is softer?
Just, if you could.
And Zach, you hold your horses one more week. We think it's something to do with oxygen.
I feel like we've sort of foamed this one in, Cambo.
Yeah, I see what you've done there.
Yeah. Because we're now just outsourcing. I mean, we could probably just Google it.
Nelson,
cut out everybody.
Nelson, what is equality?
In fact, Zach, Google it. Just
or Bing it, whichever
Bing it,
whichever search engine you use.
Just so long as you're typing is all we worry.
Nelson, they say that the mark of a good leader is delegation, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just delegating out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so easy to be a leader then, isn't it?
You don't do anything.
Oh my God, you just delegate. So that's foam.
Yeah, and Zach, I look forward to your Scooby-Doo question because I'm curious whether it's actually Scooby-Doo related or just related to maybe because we're talking about kicking Scooby-Doo.
Cousin Rowan's.
Oh,
question.
So I thought that sparked something in Zach. My apologies.
No. Rowan is going to wait until Zach's.
Can I just say, Nelson, congratulations on holding your potty mouth back during that whole segment. I know that normally when we're speaking to young kids, you're effing and jeffing everywhere.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
you've done what? Because people can't see this, but Nelson, there's a vein in his forehead. He's bright red. He's really holding it back.
It's what turns boys to men, Cambo. These swear words.
You're gosh darn right.
But thank you for writing in, Zach and Amanda. And Rowan, I guess, it was like a three-way thing.
Rowan is the conduit of which Zach has written in.
Yeah. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast @gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us at Facebook, at Twitter, and our subreddit.
And you know what? Try www.redditonreddit.com. We don't own it, but see what it is.
See what happens.
See if it gets back to us.
Yeah. It'd be really annoying if it was taken.
But no one buy it either.
Yeah, well, I was going to
buy it and give it to us.
I was going to say that somebody might then just create their own podcast and you just totally rip us off.
Won't be the longest running, though. We've always got
Won't be the longest running. Just try and be the longest running.
No, don't.
Don't try to be the longest running.
Anyway, if you like the show, if I've made you giggle, maybe subscribe. That helps us out in the iTunes charts. Also, we've been led to believe.
And tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell an enemy.
Tell an enemy.
Tell your family at a family dinner.
Tell your congregate at a religious ceremony.
Yep. Are you at the UN?
Yeah.
Who's your sister nation? Tell them.
Yeah, that's great. That's a really good one, actually. I like
Getting
that.
this international, Nelson.
In fact, when
I want someone from Zimbabwe to write
at
in.
the UN. Just play a little snippet from our podcast. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we will read you later.